Alright, hey guys, so welcome back to my channel here. Another tool comparison video just with the specs only. So I'm hoping you find this helpful and useful, specifically when it comes to comparing specs of the 12 more commonly found oscillating multi-tools on the market from your big box stores, Amazon, different retailers online, tool suppliers, etc. So I want to go over just those specs. So whether you're a DIYer like me, you may use one of these tools once in a blue moon, or you are a working professional in a specific trade or field and you use these tools more often. Something may be more specific to you, whether that be price point or warranty or something lightweight to prevent user fatigue. This is going to be for you. So we'll take a look here, but just to get started here, things to consider. These are all going to be very similar in functionality and how they work, and different specs are going to be slightly off. But some of them are going to be very similar as far as features and what they contain, right? So they're all brushless motors. They all have some sort of LED light to them, and a lot of them operate the same with an on-off switch, usually whether it locks in place, and a locking position as well. And they have some kind of variable speed dial on them. Some have, I think, 5 up to 10 speeds I've seen. And they all have a vibration control setting on them. It just kind of depends on the manufacturer. Some actually call it something very specific with their technology, just to help it stand out and market it with a specific term, right? I know Makita does that, Milwaukee does that with some of the technology they use in their tools. And then they're also tool-free accessory change, so you don't have to use any kind of key or tool. Some of them have a tool that they come with. I think Hart had one. I didn't put that one in here because that was a brushed motor, and I didn't want to compare that to the brushless. So let's get started, and here's kind of what I put together, right? You can kind of see everything: price point, warranty, arc range, which means the speed of the oscillation, right? The range that it's cutting. So typically, the higher the arc, it's going to be a faster cut. However, what I found is that it's going to have less. You're going to have less control and less precision with the higher arc range. It just kind of depends, right? Of course, there's going to be very specifics with that, but then you have the weight here too. So that's something that is a little bit different with all these models. And when it comes to weight, the lightest one on here is going to be this Ryobi at 1.95 pounds. I have 3 more on the next slide here. This Bauer, you can't really see, it's 20,000 OPMs, which is oscillations per minute, and the weight of 2.4 pounds. Arc, I think, is 2.6. But most of them are either 18, 19, or most of them are 20,000 OPM. So they're very similar as far as performance when it comes to that. And then the weight, like I said, the lightest is the 1.95. And then this Makita, I don't know what's going on up here, but that looks like, it just looks like an old flashlight with some kind of D batteries in it. I don't know, but it's got good reviews. It's got really good reviews, but it's heavy, so 3.75 pounds or 3.7 pounds. That's significant, especially if you're using it for long periods of time in the same movement, right? That's going to definitely get you tired. But we have the Flex here is supposed to be one of the best at vibration control, along with the Makita. So that's kind of what I found from doing my research on seeing some of the performance videos. The Flex and the Makita have good vibration control, along with the Milwaukee has the best arc at 4.2. Everything else is pretty much right on cue. Weight around the 2.5 pound range, I would say, is about average between all these models here. And then the warranties, if that's important to you, you have Makita Rigid, Metabo, and Flex. They all have lifetime warranties. I feel like that Flex has really good value with the price point of 80 to 110. Of course, it's tool only. Now keep in mind that this time of year you're going to get bundle deals. Sometimes they come with a charger or a battery or two, whatever the case is. But the Hercules with Harbor Freight and the Bauer with Harbor Freight, of course, more value-based tools. But look at that, $40 for that Bauer. That's extremely cheap. And of course, you have that 90-day warranty. So hopefully you don't have too many problems with that. But let's take a look at the next 3 I have, and then that's really going to be it. Right, your Craftsman, typically you get those at Ace or Lowe's. 3-year warranty. Of course, they're all going to be limited in some sort of fashion, right? What stands out here? The Porter cable's 2.91 pounds, so that's another heavy one. And that's pretty much it. So your Cobalt from Lowe's. Now, I see a lot of their tools around that $99 price point just for tool only. More value-based tools. But that's kind of what you get. So here's all the specs, and hopefully you found this helpful and useful. So that's it for now. Here's the main page here. So if you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, what kind of tools or any other comparisons for that matter when it comes to products. So I'll be doing some more of these, so stay tuned for that. But that's it for now. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.